What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys and gals, men and women? It's very nice to talk to you again. You're listening to the third episode of the Fitness That Fits You podcast, hosted and performed by, I guess I didn't really say performed, but hosted by Austin Pegram, owner and head coach of Fitness That Fits You. But you already knew that. I just want to send a reminder today for everyone to be good to themselves, okay? When you wake up, say something positive to yourself. It's going to be a great day. I'm so grateful for everything that I have, for everything that I've lost. I am amazing. I look amazing. I look great. I feel great. Try and create this positive self-image of yourself. Not saying that you don't have one already, right? We have to remind ourselves how great we actually are more often than we do, because there are plenty of people around the world that cannot wait to tell you that you're not worthy. You know what I'm saying? So be good to yourself. Please, pretty please, with sugar on top. So, I had some conversation with a few clientele earlier in the week, and there seems to be a universal struggle that people have with finding passion in the world of fitness. Finding movement to be something they want to partake in. And I gotta say, I can't always understand, because my mindset is such an opposing one. Not like an aggressive opposition. I just think differently. I mean, if you know me, you know I'm not aggressive, so you probably didn't think when I said opposing that I meant like an opponent, like a competitor. Anyway, but that's one thing I found that, people kind of struggle with is finding the passion, right? So they don't do any fitness outside of what they're doing with me. They're not doing any exercise or workouts, et cetera, whether they have a program from me or not. They're not doing these things because they don't have a desire to, like, they don't want to. There's too much notation. There's too much of a necessity connotation on fitness, right? I have to do it. I need to do it. It's an essential, right? And not it's an essential in a positive way. Not it's an essential because, like, my mental state, like, I just need, if I don't get my workout and my energy's kind of low, I feel like I didn't complete the day. Not like a fitness junkie, right? It's an essential that, you know what? I know I have to do it because it's healthy for me. And if I don't, then I'm going to gain a bunch of weight and I'm getting older and blah, blah, blah. And it's the mindset on the matter, right? And so, ultimately it just leads to you not really wanting to do it. Not wanting to go on a walk, not wanting to go on a run, not wanting to do a few sets of jumping jacks. It leads you to resistance, to self-resistance, right? So I'm here today to tell you that there is a way. And it's just going to be for us to discover together. All right. So today's episode, how to be fit when you hate fitness. How to be fit when you hate fitness. Got to make sure you throw that dash between fit. Absolutely have to have the dash between fit. Don't forget the dash. So let's talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and start off with my bullets. 1. That's a number, not a bullet. Bullet number 1. There we go. Bullet number 1. Motivation. Now, this is not necessarily a solution, right? It's just, it's more of, hey, dig deep. There's a deeper problem here. Not that you just don't like fitness. There's a deeper problem here. What motivates you? Is what motivates you like absolutely concrete? Is it tight? Is it something that you are motivated by every single day? Is it, and nothing against those individuals that are trying to prepare for an event, but is it an event? Is it an event that you're prepping for? Are you trying to stack up for this, your athletic event? Are you trying to lean out and lose a few lbs for your wedding? Do you have an important party coming up and you want to fit into a certain outfit? You're going back to high school reunion and you trying to walk in, looking like, the flyest person out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? If it's something like that, that's all temporary, right? And it's not personal enough. It's not about you. It's not about you and on the inside, right? It's all about an external thing, material object, something that's going to happen and it's not going to be happening for the rest of your life, right? So motivation can change if that's your push. Is there something that you have every single day, something that you've lost, something that you've gained, that you can feel motivated by? I've shared this with people plenty of times, but for me, it's my mother. She's not here anymore. For me, it's my children, Bentley, Rosie. They are here. I've gained them. Becca, my fiance, I've gained them, All of those things motivate me. Success, individual success. And I don't mean on a compared level. I'm not trying to be as successful as someone else. Just getting to that point, getting to a point, and I'll know it when I get there. Like, whoa, I did something crazy. Like I'm like, this is crazy. Those are the type of things you push for, you strive for. Those are the type of things I'm motivated by. But for other people, it may not necessarily be that, right? Those things are going to be with me every day. Those are more concepts, entities, ideas, that's going to be with me. But if you are focused in on an event, something that's not always going to be happening, your motivation can change. If you're trying to chase your former self, your motivation can change. It's probably not as tight knit, and so those are the things you want to think about. And it may mean you need to take a step back and be a bit more in depth when you are trying to code here or distinguish between like your motivation and, just kind of something you want to do, something you want to get to, are you a 8 out of 10 or are you a 3 out of 10 on a scale of 0 to 10 for motivation? How motivated are you, right? You want to think about those things. And I think that when you can find the answer to that it might get easier for you to feel a passion for what you need to do to get to where you want to be. And movement is going to be a large part of that, obviously. Okay. Bullet number 2. Let's think about environment. When you go home during the day, are you going home to a family that is like, Mom, Dad, I don't want you to do exercise. And I damn sure don't want to do any exercise with you. And I'm not really trying to eat these lean beef sirloin tips, round steaks, and asparagus. I don't want to eat that. I want Mickey D's, Hardee's, Rallies, all the D's. Maybe you got people in your family, in your close circle that are like that. They support you in the sense that, they love you. You're their parent or you're their brother or you're their sister or whatever your relation to them. And they'll support you and make sure that no one ever hurts you and that you're never in danger. But do they truly support you? Do they have your same goals? Do they take your goals and make them their goals? Because if you have people like that, then you're never going to have an issue. Because those people that are going to be there next to you when you start to lose track and get off track, those people are going to be like, hey, what you doing, man? What you doing, man? Let's get back on track now. Let's get back on track. They're going to be there to say that to you. And you'll never have an issue, right? Are you at work? Are you at work and your work doesn't allow for the kind of momentum you would need for your brain to always be go. Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's do that. Oh, this idea, that idea. You know what I mean? Are you in a place, are you in an environment 40 plus hours a week that will allow you, that allows you to have that momentum and to move at that pace, to where you can appreciate and want to do other things that make you move at that pace? What's your daily environment like? After you leave the home, before you get back to the home, what's your daily environment like? Who do you spend the majority of your people around, right? The majority of your time around. Man, got that all messed up. You knew where I was going when I said people. I was going to bring the word people into the mix, right? When you're at work, who are the people that are at work that you're with? Do they have that momentum? Maybe you're at a desk job and everybody's like, man, I can't wait to get off of work. We're going to do this. Y'all trying to go to the gym later? Trying to do that later? Man, you want to go do some yoga later? You want to go to the park and just kind of do some like jumps and stuff later? Cartwheels and stuff. If you have those kind of people always in your ear, you just kind of look like an asshole if you're just like never like, if you're just like, no, I'm good. You just kind of look like an asshole. You can't help but that behavior, that love for moving is contagious. That momentum, that, those emotions, that personality, right? It's contagious. So you pick up on that. But if you're at a place where everybody's like, oh, I hate this place, dude. They don't like it. They don't like it. I haven't had one desk job that people have been in there like, man, today's going to be a great day. I can't wait to get up and walk around my desk, for about 5 to 10 minutes every hour so that I don't get too sore. Man, I can't wait to get out of here so we can get a nice workout in. It's going to be super fun. Man, I can't wait to the weekend. We don't have to be sitting down all the time. We go to the park, go hiking. We can jump around and stuff. But it's never happened. Everybody's just mad, looking at the screen, withering away. Man, every episode I do this, I say something about people sitting at a desk, and every time I have to apologize because I do feel bad about like coming on so hard about it. I just remember what it was like, and I hated it. I hated it so much. Like I remember the first day. So I used to work for this company called MD2U. And I remember the first day, I got fired, they were being bought out. There was some fishy shit going on, and the company was being bought out. I think they were being bought out by like Almost Family, and it might be maybe the company's a completely different name now, but Almost Family was buying, or they bought MD2U, and so like just little by little, like the first week this happened, all the people, all the higher ups were all like, you all are safe. You're going to keep your jobs. I don't know why I did the Trump voice, but they were like, you're going to keep your jobs and everything is going to be okay. I'll be damned. About a week later, for a whole week, people were just getting the call. Hey, you're done. Just like the next week, you're done. The week after that, you had like 5 or 6 you're dones. It's crazy. I will say though, I got a call from 2 very sweet people. They were both kind of mentors and managers there, and they were like one of them was like crying and everything, like she was like upset, and I thought that was really cool. It was obvious that we had created a relationship. I had been there for a while, and that they cared, But at any rate, I digress. I left there that day, and I was not angry. I was not angry. I was not mad. That hadn't been the first job I'd been fired from, first of all. Again, taking that rejection and turning it into a positive. So when that did happen, it wasn't like an issue for me. I knew that everything was going to be good. I'm going to get another job. I already knew that. And then the first thing I did was call up my boy. We went to the park and we just worked out. it was almost like it felt like I had my life back a little bit. It was crazy. But anyway, environment. Where are you every day? At the beginning, the middle, and the end of your day, throughout the day, whatever you want to say it. Where are you? Who are you around? What are you doing? What's your momentum like? Right? All of these things. So let's recap here. We got motivation. We got environment. We got, I went on with environment for some time there because it's very important. It kind of covers your day to day, your night to night, morning to morning situations, who you're around, where you are, et cetera, et cetera. But also, let's touch base on number 3 here. Okay. How to be fit when you hate fitness, right? Maybe you haven't found the fitness that you love. You got to find something that works for you. If you are, let's call it like if you're like an easy soul, like a calm, quiet soul, and you are trying to, I don't know, do like high intensity training. You're deadlifting your max weight and doing muscle ups and, I don't know, handstands and tire flips and sled carries and medicine ball throws. And you're like this, hey, I love the earth. Let's hug, man. Like if you're like one of those, like if you just chill and relax, and somebody's trying to get you to evolve or not evolve, but what's the word I'm looking at? Embrace this complete opposing identity. It feels weird. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel like your space. You don't want to be involved with that. If you don't like to run, if you don't like plyometric movements, if you don't like pounding and things like that, then, maybe you don't like to run. Maybe you don't like to jump. Maybe you don't like to sprint. Maybe you don't like to do those type of things. Maybe you don't like plyometric movements, but then you go to a program and it's trying to get you to do them. And it's like, I hate this, Maybe you don't like simply weightlifting, although you should. You should. Weightlifting's great. Okay. There are a lot of reasons why you should just somehow develop some sort of love for weightlifting. It does a lot for your body, like structurally. I think if more people like knew that, then they would do it more and appreciate it and like it more. Anyway, so yeah, you got to find the fitness that fits you. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna say anything about the plug, but it was just a perfect plug. It was a great plug. At any rate, you got to find fitness that fits you. Okay. You got to find something that works absolutely for you, right? That moves the way you move, right? So, find that. Now, that's going to take research. That's going to take experience. That's going to take you experimenting with movement to discover what fitness fits you. Okay. So you got to put time into that, right? And that may go back to the idea. That may go back to the feelings that you have about it. Maybe you don't want to put that time in, right? So, but that of course is something you have to get over. That's going to lead me to the next thing. But that's very important. Find something that works for you. Okay. Number 4, discipline. Sometimes you can't get past this shit. You have to be disciplined. What makes you think that you can get somewhere in life, or rather get to the place that you want to be in life? Always make it about individual perspective and individual pathway. What makes you think that you're going to get to that place without the discipline? And I don't want to get too deep because we all stall and shit in life unless, at some point you're doing that until you realize, stop it. And then you get to this amazing spot. But at some point you do that because sometimes just being great is scary. But You know, you have to think about that as well. Are you stalling? Right? Let's push past that a little bit. Why don't you have the discipline? You have to discipline yourself to do these things all the time. So what if you don't like fitness? If you don't like moving? I get it. Sometimes you don't like the shit, right? There are days where I'm like, man, I really don't. Nah, man, I really don't. Nah, but I mean, I do it. I do it because I have to. Not because I have to, because I have to keep up this image or anything like that. I like physically need to. Like I physically need to. It's a drug for me. And I don't mind mentioning that, I don't mind mentioning that in the way of it being like an addiction. It is kind of an addiction. I love to work out. I love it. There are days where I don't follow like any personal programming or anything like that. Like I just want to move. So I just go and do something that I want to do that day, and I have fun with it. And man, if you get the right vibe of music going, boy, you can spend some hours in that gym. Let me tell you. Now, if you're a nutritionist, shit, your energy will drop off pretty quickly. But, if you got some good food in you, man, you can spend hours in that gym. Time goes by. It's crazy. At any rate, discipline is very important. You just have to have this, period. There's not a lot of getting past it. Like, you can't, this is not something you get past. Like, you have to have the discipline because the discipline will allow you. The discipline is usually going to be like the source of it all, right? Why the motivation is hard to acquire, why finding the type of fitness that fits you is acquire, why you haven't done the research or the experimentation to find the fitness that fits you, why you haven't put yourself in the right environment when you know that you need to be active or mobile to keep you on track for your goals or to keep you at out of risk for such and such disease or obesity or something like that, right? You got to have the discipline to get you where you want to be, where you need to be because you want to be there, right? So this is very important as well. Number 5. And I don't mean to move on very, very quickly from number 4, you all. Discipline is very important, obviously. Number 5, the future. Yeah, the future. How to fit when you hate fitness, or rather how to be fit when you hate fitness, right? The future. Bullet number 5, the future. Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, right? So let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. You want to think about the future. You want to think about yourself in the future. If I'm ever questioning, and I'm usually not, I'm just trying to put myself in another individual's shoes. If I'm questioning why I want to be fit, if I'm questioning why it's important to be fit when I know I don't like doing any of this shit, I need to be thinking about my future. What does my future look like? Am I in a relationship, or am I going to be in a relationship where an individual will see me not taking care of myself, and so that may imply or will usually come back to show that I can't take care of them or any offspring that we may have? Is that what this is going to show? I don't want it to show that. If I'm having self-doubt, if I'm already thinking that it may, then it probably will. That's probably how I would think about my partner as well. So I don't want that. I need to be thinking about my future. What's my past like? What's my family life like? Are there individuals that were obese in my past life? Individuals who died of cancer, who have a history of high blood pressure or diabetes. I need to think about those things, because if I don't take care of myself now, am I going to be in that same place? By the time I'm 50 years old. So young, right? So you need to be thinking about the future also. And then if you think about the future, and this is just This is just like the hope, right? The theoretical hope. You're thinking about the future. You're thinking about what can happen if you don't take care of your body now. Ideally, you're like, man, that's motivation enough, right? It's all full circle. It all comes back full circle. Man, that's motivation enough. I'm gonna fucking figure out what kind of fitness fits me. I'm gonna put myself in the right freaking environment, and I'm gonna be disciplined enough to stay on track with this shit and make sure that I'm always doing what I need to be doing. It all comes full circle. So, and these are just like the 5 ways that I would kind of help an individual think about, how they can be fit if they hate fitness. There's probably other ways that an individual can explain it to you or coach you on it. This is just my method. These are the things that have helped me personally. The motivational thing is very important, very important. But again, it kind of all starts for me, even though I kind of, numbered it in a fashion, it kind of all starts with thinking about the future, where I want to be in life, then having the discipline to keep that in mind and let that be my drive to find a motivation. Once that motivation is found, it's like it's in me. I don't need to think about it anymore. It's in me. Once I see it, once it happens, sometimes it just happens and you know it and it's there. That's your motivation. That motivation it puts me on the path. It puts me on the edge. It makes me understand, all right, I'm disciplined enough. I'm focused enough. This is where I need to be. This is the environment. These are the people I need to be around. This is what I need to be doing every single day to get to where I need to be. The only thing now is for me to figure out how, what type of fitness do I want to do? Because I can say that in the past, I've had all of those things except for the type of fitness. And it wasn't until I found that I kind of had like all the pieces. And so now it feels like night and day for me. That's the order that I've gone in. You, of course, may go in a different order. Maybe you hear this and you're like, oh, man, those are great ideas. But I think I'm going to go a little bit out of order there. Maybe like, 2, 5, 4, 1, and 3, And hey, that's fine. There's no right or wrong. We are all individuals, small individuals in a universe that does not even know we are here. Specks, my friends. Specks. All made up of the same chemical compounds. All the same, all equal. None of us are different. The only thing, that's the one thing that makes us the same is that I did that backwards. So we're all different. We are all different, yes. But that's why it's so weird, because like we're also all the same, but we're different. I just got way off track, but you get what I was trying to say. Like for a while, I had it on point. I think if I had somebody else here with me, they would have kept my point on track there. But when you're by yourself and you're having fun and you're talking shit, you get off track sometimes. All right, y'all. Well, if this podcast was helpful, if you enjoy this podcast, obviously I would like for you, if you are on a platform where you can comment, leave a comment. If you could please write a review, that would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Write a review. Okay. I'm sorry. I always say that. I mean, rank me, please. Rank or rate. Jesus. Rate the podcast. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud. Rate the podcast, you all. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay. You can find me on Facebook at Austin Z Pegram. That's Austin Z Pegram. Or you can find me on Instagram, Austin FTFY. That's Austin FTFY. And you can find me on Instagram as well at the FTFY Information Community page. Okay, this is where I kind of have I try to develop a community amongst the individuals follow me, whether, it be with posts or live videos and things like that. Okay. Shout outs of clients, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Again, you all, be good to yourself. Much love and appreciation. Have a great rest of your week. I'm always here for you. Fitness that fits you. Love you very much. Thank you for your support. Have a good one. Da-na-na, da-na-na.